Yeah, you already know. You already know. It is the spot with your boy, the one that come to the bedroom with all the toys. Anyone and everyone can squirt. So let me put in that work. Prophet P.
And of course, you know your baby mom, your baby mom is freaky. She like bird noises during sex. So when she giving me that pigeon neck, I hit her with that. Shawn recognized. What's up, world?
What's up, world? Yo, you already know, man. We back in the building. It's the Thursday before the thanks that we be giving. And yo, I just want to say, yo, it's
I like
been a
what you did right
ride,
there.
bro. Huh?
That's I like what you did right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
We
yeah.
got a lot of stuff to be thankful for, bro. It's
It's not a game. It's
you
not a
know,
game.
it's not a game, man. We still here, we still rocking, we still strong, actually stronger than ever, which is freaking great. And then we got a little treat for y'all later. We got the little Donald Trump concession speech.
Uh,
Um, seeing here first, right? You probably haven't seen it yet, so you're gonna see it here first, right? He's actually
exclusive.
exclusive. So I think that it's definitely gonna be a good show. We got some guests coming through. Some things I want to talk about. We got this COVID stuff coming back, stuff's getting shut down again. Um People playing games out there, like for real, for real. I'm seeing packed parties. I'm seeing parties packed more than what they was packed before the pandemic.
Sorry to say that 3 times fast.
I almost got caught up just trying to say it.
The first time, right?
Yeah, man. But it's wild, crazy, man. And Jeremiah actually was hospitalized earlier in the week,
That's right.
diagnosed with
Right.
COVID on a ventilator. Like he's doing bad. I haven't seen nothing else, but he's doing bad. So, you know, it's not a game. Kevin Hart actually had it too.
That's right.
Him and his
Idris
wife.
Elba, Tom Hanks and his wife.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of celebs. Of course, God bless the dead for the godson. He passed away from it.
Yeah, like a lot of people that were in this entertainment industry or that are in this entertainment industry are actually getting hit with it. They still moving. They used to move in a certain way, and then boom, Kevin
Boom.
Hart was like he didn't have no symptoms. His wife was the
Yeah.
one who lost the smell.
Taste and smell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they both had it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, he got a new comedy special out. Definitely he did it in his crib and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't got to check it out yet, but I heard that he did it in the crib, and that it was pretty decent.
Yeah, it wasn't, I definitely could listen to Kevin Hart. He's made me laugh a few times, but this
Right.
wasn't one of his funniest.
I feel you.
It wasn't one of his funniest.
It wasn't his best work.
Right. So I was
It wasn't his
dying
best work.
when he called his daughter a hoe, but that shit was a little funny. But that was a little funny the way he
Wow.
went about doing that. But definitely cool. Beautiful family. Got a baby on the way and all that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's cool. But we definitely gotta keep it 100 with each other, and with Thanksgiving coming, Christmas coming, all those holidays that we celebrate, we need to really pay attention with who we around and who we see, because it ain't gonna be no joke. Our numbers is higher than what they were when this joint first started.
That's a fact. People not taking notice of that, man. But it's real dangerous, man. It's like every day you hearing the numbers go up, and the hospitalizations going up, and number of dead, and all of the states that maybe even states that previously didn't have a problem, or so it seems, but now they're hospitals are filled to capacity to the point where they can't take regular patients for, various shit, different things.
Yeah, and even
And that's
in the city right now, even for like COVID testing, we got those urgent care spots.
right.
So, that's where you do your little COVID test and then you wait for your results 3 days or whatever it is. They
Right.
talking about people online for hours, lines wrapping around
Yeah, man.
blocks
Yeah.
because people trying to get tested. Where they went to a virtual line where a lady was talking about, I came, I checked in, they gave me a virtual number, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to wait 7 hours to come back and take my test. 7 hours. 7 hours
That's
just
damn
to
near
get
that's damn near a full day of work.
right. They're talking about
You know,
they're testing over 50,000 people a day.
it's crazy,
So
dog.
we really have to pay attention to that stuff. I know people want to party and get close to people and all that. This is the season to be jolly, giving and sliding DMs and all that, trying to get that your body count up before the end of the year. But you might be the one that get bodied after you catch that body, so you need to chill.
That's a fact. And do the virtual thing whenever you can, man. You got Zoom, you got all these different applications and everything that we can use to communicate with our friends and our family and our loved ones remotely, safely, so that nobody's endangering nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So I encourage y'all to do that as much as possible, man. I mean, especially with the holidays coming up right now, you may not be able to have the loved ones close to you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're in another state. Maybe they're not in the best of health already. So you kind of want to be mindful of that and make sure that your loved ones are safe. And you know what I mean? The best way to do that, man, I mean, just like they say,
We can't hear you, bro. We lost you. Boogie, boogie. He there, but not there. But like Shawn was saying, man, you just gotta stay safe, go virtual. But while he unmutes himself, because he muted right now, um, we gonna get into this concession speech from Mr. Presidential President, I guess, right? The presidential president, Mr. 4-5 himself. Here we go, y'all.
My fellow Americans, a short time ago, Joe Biden beat me in the election, and not only did he win, he won by a lot, actually. Therefore, it is time for me to step aside.
Because let's face it, I wasn't probably on my game, and I wasn't doing so well. I'm the only president in history to lose the popular vote twice and to get impeached.
It's time for a change.
The greatest dream in the world is that Joe Biden wins, because
The winner of this vote was decided by a fair and open election. Therefore, I humbly concede to Joe Biden.
the American people have responded.
And they said to me,
You're fired. Get out.
Yeah.
yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you. But he definitely finally said he was fired.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now
Yeah.
I gotta fix the damn audio for the. Hold on. God damn.
Now you got to echo.
No. The echo. No echo. The music. Hang on one second, because I hit the sound effect. You couldn't even hear that shit. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, but I must say, that concession speech was very genuine. He was very,
yeah.
very true.
It's from the heart.
Right, from the heart. The people spoke. He said the people spoke and they wanted Joe Biden. The best thing that could happen for this country was Joe Biden. He was the only president to lose a popular vote twice.
Yes, sir.
It's one of those things. It's amazing. And Joe Biden won by a lot. It is what it is. Don't be upset.
That's a fact.
Get what you get.
know?
Don't get upset. Right? That's the saying.
Don't congratulate.
Right. Don't hate, congratulate. I'm glad that he decided he was going to get that speech.
No doubt.
And God bless the internet. It is still undefeated.
Always and forever.
Always and forever. The internet is always undefeated, man. You cannot battle the internet. You might as the only way you can battle the internet is not to be on it, period.
Or if you're in the verses. And speaking of battling on the internet, do you know that versus is coming up tonight? Young Jeezy versus Gucci Mane. Big things happening.
That I think is going to be a super duper problem.
Well, if you are a hip hop fan and you've been following both of those artists, you know that there's some heavy
there's tension.
Yeah, there's some animosity there. There's some history, and it could be ugly.
It could be ugly, but from what I hear, they're just trying to do it for the culture, in a way. Definitely think that's just for them to be in the same room to do it.
It's big.
You know that shows a lot. You know, doing it for the culture, doing it for what's going on. Definitely respect it. But you know, they've had problems. But even to speak about that, 50 Cent said that he would definitely do a versus with the game.
With the game.
So 50 versus the game.
I mean, I don't think that I don't think that really makes sense because the 50 is kind of responsible for a lot of the game songs. So
right,
that's like battling himself, really.
Right, but he said that the game can't use anything with 50's voice on it.
Oh wow! Well, I mean, that could pose a problem.
Right. So, you know, it's one of those things. And 50 even spoke about, you know, the little situation, which was pretty cool too, because, you know, we have a lot of these hip hop beefs and stuff like that. And people a lot of times it ends in violence. Right. For them to like be talking about it or even be in the same room and stuff like that. Nobody's gotten bodied, you know, in a little while over some rap beef. And I'm talking about two rappers. I'm not talking about rappers getting killed from getting robbed or set up or anything like that. You're talking about rapper beef.
Well, we got to touch on that too. And just one more thing about before we get off of the Jeezy versus Gucci tonight. Jeezy did just recently release a song called, let me get the title, Therapy for My Soul, where he's coming at 50 Cent and he's coming at Freddie Gibbs, and Freddie Gibbs actually made a response to him releasing the song and making the comments he made about him in the song. And he actually, everybody's familiar with the beef with Gucci and Jeezy, and Jeezy's man, unfortunately passing away after there was a botched, I guess, robbery attempt on Gucci Man, and you know he had to defend himself, and he had to end up laying somebody down. That somebody happened to be friends with Jeezy, and Freddie Gibbs made light of that situation. He said, "You know, how are you going to stand in the same room with somebody who killed your partner?" So that was his response to Jeezy releasing the song that he released about him. So I mean, it's just that right there alone lets you know the severity of the situation and how shit could go left very easily if cooler heads do not prevail.
Yeah, and what I need people to understand, right, that especially when it comes to stuff like this, yes, they're entertainers and they're artists, but when we look at a lot of the situations, these are people that are from the streets. The stories that they speak about in their raps and stuff like that, those are not stories. That's their truth. That's what they live. You know, we had a
good majority of them. Let's not say everybody.
Well, not all of them. You know, right? Because there's a lot of them that they use other people's stories and stuff like that. But there's some, but you can tell who those are. Like there's some that you can tell, be like, oh, okay,
like Nas, we know straight up ain't do half of the shit that he talked about. He's definitely living vicariously through his peoples, and you know, a lot of those street stories that you hear him tell in his rhymes are actually, you know, probably friends and associates of his that have been through those things, actually been through those things.
Right, like, you know, his brother getting killed and stuff like that. Like, a lot of that stuff could have been his family stories, his people's stories, the people from around his way.
Wait, his brother? You talking about Ill Will? That was his homeboy. That wasn't his brother.
Oh, it wasn't his brother?
No, his brother is Jungle. Jungle still alive and well.
Oh, okay.
He's rolling a blunt right now.
So, you know, it's just one of those things. But, you know, the streets is always watching. The streets is going to sit there and egg stuff on all the time too. Certain times doing things just for the bag goes against what people say needs to happen in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that the streets changes their rules all the time.
Unfortunately, that's true. Unfortunately,
like we're living in a different society right now.
You see the shit that's going on with Meek Mill. You familiar with this? Are you up to date on this?
No, what's going on with Meek?
Well, apparently he made a post on the gram or on Twitter. I'm not certain which one, but he basically said that he wanted all of the beefing in Philly to stop amongst the there's like I guess 5 groups of cliques that you know have talent, and the reason why they're not out, I guess, is because they're beefing with each other, or you know, it's a lot of violence going on, and they can't really, you know, I guess get going because you know, of course, you need the support from your city. So I suppose maybe that's why that's not a thing. But anyway, Meek made the offer that if the beefing were to stop amongst those cliques, that he would give everybody record deals. Now, while that's all well and good, those goons is like, well, nigga, you could have been did that shit. You've been on for 8-9 years. You know, you could have been put somebody on if that's what you wanted to do. Why we got to stop beefing, you know, and stop the killing now for you to, you know, do what you talking about doing. And I mean, I kind of see both arguments, you know, but at the end of the day, I think what Meek was trying to do was prevent more life being lost, and that's commendable. You know what I mean? And sometimes, how can I say? Sometimes, you know, sometimes you got youth in the street, man, and they don't even want the game. You know what I mean? Like you try to give them the game, you try to give them some gems, and they don't even want the gems, my G. They just want to do what they doing. They want to be out there, you know, living that life, living that real life, that rugged life, that street life, and they don't want to take advice from anybody. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to give that person a jewel. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy? They talking about, yo, you've been on for 8-9 years. We got to remember, Meek was dealing with a lot of his own stuff.
Legal issues. Yeah, no doubt.
Legal issues. Yo, he was in and out of jail. They was violating him, all that.
Yeah, so the end result is that now those goons are saying that he's banned from North Philly. And Meek Mill has since shut down his social media. No, man. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy to me.
Wow.
Like, how you gonna tell the man he can't come to North Philly when he's one of the biggest Philly representatives from the jump?
But so, this is where loyalty and respect comes in.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know, you don't respect the man. Like he's telling you, like, yo, this right now is like really out of control.
Right.
Like, yo, y'all sitting there, y'all got bright futures ahead of you. If we look at a lot of Mill stuff, he got into a lot of trouble for doing a lot of the wrong stuff. I forgot the name of the movie that he came out with, which got released not too long ago. It was based out in Baltimore, but it was more like a Philly story, though. It was more like a Philly story, but it's crazy because in that movie, he was that dude that got into trouble and saw the value in the people that was in the streets doing wrong, right, gang affiliated and all that. These was dudes that was moving work all around. Everybody was on bikes and stuff, and they would get the youngest to move work, pick up work and move work and stuff like that. But the young kid that he was looking over, his older brother got killed while Meek Mills, I forgot his character's name in the movie, was around, and he couldn't do nothing to help him, so he was looking out for his younger brother.
Right.
But the younger brother, his mom's wasn't paying bills, so your man was in the streets moving work.
Right.
Where it got to the point where they was like, yo, we need to move more work. Well, we need to make more money. We need to make more money quick. So they try to rob a bodega. One of the kids gets shot. They leave the joint. They get followed by the cops. Meek Mills ends up taking the charge for the kid, talking about, yo, it was me.
Oh, man.
I was the one who did it. So, although the movie is fictitious, what he was trying to do in Philly kind of represents that. Meek Mills back then wasn't as mature. Meek Mills now is mature and like, yo, I need to look out for my people.
And I think that's where it's at as far as his mentality. You know, now he's grown to be a more responsible person, you know what I mean? Especially in the eyes of the law, I suspect. And he's just trying to steer his people's, you know, other people's, black people's in the right direction and try to encourage them to, you know, stop the killing, basically, man. And I mean, but right now it just seems that it's you know what I mean? It's a pandemic going on, my G. You know, times is hard for people. You know, a lot of people out of work, a lot of people losing their homes and their businesses and stuff like that. So people is desperate, man. So, you know, they very susceptible to snap, you know, at the slightest thing, man. So when you try to convey a message and you maybe mean well, they may misconstrue it and say, you know, well, who is this motherfucker to tell us that we can't, you know, do this, that, and the third? And, you know, people don't want to be told what to do or feel like you're trying to control them. And that's where, you know, everything gets lost in the translation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not what you say, it's how you say it and when you say it too.
When you say it, yeah, timing is everything too. You got to point that big homie. And then you got to look at what's going on in Texas right now. You know what I'm saying? Mo 3 just got killed. You know, God bless the dead. Boozy just got shot in the leg. You know what I mean? Through shot up his vehicle and shot in the leg accidentally. Benny the Butcher just got shot in the leg. Robbery attempt. You know what I'm saying? There's another dude down. I think he's a rapping dentist or something like that. He got robbed and shot. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we trying to prove? Be like it's open season on rappers now because they're targets. And I heard somebody break it down today, and I kind of agree with this. You know, now without having the shows and the venues to do, and being at home in your hometown or your home city or whatever the case may be, you know, people are not used to seeing you there, and you're really not used to being there if you are popping artist and you traveling and you making your money. You feel me? So the Goonies is out and they hungry. You know what I'm saying? You got to feed the wolves. If you don't feed the wolves, they're going to feed on you. You feel me? So I think it's a lot of that shit going on right now, and I think it's a lot of desperation going on right now. You know, people is hurting. You know, and they just want help, man, and they got to get it how they got to get it, man. You know, and you know, you come through shining with the big diamonds on, you know, hopping out the, you know, the Bentley or the Rolls or the Benz or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is thinking, yo, we got to get it. We got to get it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? We got to have it. So
and this is like the late 90s, the late 80s, early 90s.
Early 90s, no doubt. No doubt. It's just what the
right, we sitting there. You got your people shy. Yo, we had crack hit. We had heroin. Like, y'all know, there's people out there I never seen a dope fiend lean. Like,
yeah, that's true.
And a dope fiend lean is serious. That move that Michael Jackson did in Moonwalker
is nothing compared to the dope fiend lean.
Nothing.
That shit defines gravity.
2 inches from the floor, they pop back up like
a fucking weeble wobble.
Yo, for real. Like
right there with that one, but you know,
yo, they don't even understand. So right now, it's like, you know, there's a lot of things that happened throughout this year that got a lot of people twisted.
Yeah.
And it was the rappers are still making money. They trying to. The only thing is that the rappers, all the artists, not just rappers, all the artists are still trying to find ways to be relevant. Right. So they might be in the streets, or they might be doing X, Y, Z because they make their money off tours, right? Streaming, we already know they make money, but they don't make that much money, right? They make less in a stream because they got to stream 10 times more just to go platinum. So
you got to make a lot of streams to go platinum. No lie about that.
Right. It's like to go platinum, I think it's like probably 100 million streams to be equivalent to a platinum, which is
like that.
$1 million. Mm-hmm. Right. And so, there's a lot of people not able to do that.
Right.
But then we had Agent Orange in office saying, look at me. I'm the one that's going to take care of you. Let me throw money at you.
You seen the picture with him and Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
And you know what happened to Lil Wayne Tuesday, right?
Nah, what happened to him?
Well, Wayne got hit with federal gun charges. What happened was he was on his private jet, and somebody snitched, and the feds came and searched his luggage, and they found a gold-plated firearm. Like, number one, you're an ex-felon. You're not supposed to have a firearm, right? And then during the search, are you ready for this? They find coke, weed, heroin, painkillers, cough syrup, hospital grade cough syrup, and over 25 racks.
So they're going to hit him with drug smuggling charges. They might hit him with some kingpin shit.
Well, he's definitely going to get possession. I mean, I don't know how the quantity of what was found. It could have been small amounts, personal use. He could claim that. But the most significant thing is obviously the gun charge, being that he's convicted felon, and he did that. He did it was 8 years. 8 months in 2010.
All right,
yeah.
He was all right.
So he's not allowed to have a firearm. So they're talking about the Fed now, being that the FBI are the ones that found the weapon and the drugs and everything. He's looking at 10 years in Club Fed if he's convicted. So of course 50 Cent is trolling, and he went on the gram saying that Wayne need to call up Trump and ask him for a pardon.
Right, because Trump, he backed Trump.
Exactly.
But Trump is going to tell him to go fly a kite because
Trump got his own legal problems. You feel me? He his own ass out of jail. He ain't got time to pardon Lil Wayne. He trying to pardon his damn self and his kids and his rest of his, he trying to pardon his own people. He ain't got time for Lil Wayne. All of that shit was for publicity. You know how it go.
That's all that was.
Hell yeah, man.
Yo, so what we going to do before we got our guests in the building? Before we get to our guests, we gonna get to I'm gonna play a little video for the people before we get into this. And I think I'm gonna play that Notes 82 different level joint.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
To a dope interview last week. Shouts out to him.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it real quick. BMarie, we see you. So we're gonna get to you right after this.
BMarie in.
Yeah. Notes 82, Skrilla Gambino. It's the Brotherhood. BH, nigga. I'm back again. Don't gas these niggas. You see the problem with these dudes, they some plastic niggas. Ziploc, hefty bag, classic nigga. Said note your bars are down a week, signal they figure, but I deliver in the booth. Whether cloudy or storm, I still fuck with the East, don't even live in New York. I still fuck with all the boroughs, but Brooklyn my heart. Song cries when I deliver, think it's crazy I'm hot. All these rappers got a problem with expressing their art. Are you stressing your feelings? Retire, retreat. Think the game was full of runners, no one's willing like me. Boss up, motherfucker, stop falling asleep. Time is money, what was funny is they signing a week. Lots of artists want a deal, I'm delivering heat. It's more money in the bank, it's more hate in these streets. Certain people not around, don't sweat it, they creeps. We on a different level, nigga, you should level up. We on a different level, bad bag chasing money. What? We on a different level, about to get these haters touched. We on a different level, top T, I'm fucking clutch. I'm on a different level, nigga, you should level up. I'm on a different level, bag chasing money. What? I'm on a different level, about to get these haters touched. I'm on a different level, top T, I'm fucking clutch. If I no longer cease to exist, let the beat is real as shit that I read. I mean the shit that I wrote. I fought grizzlies just to bear my soul. You never miss them till they dead and gone. These niggas, I can't trust them, they feelings in deep cover. A large sum of money will show niggas true colors. Out the blue, these niggas start flipping for the green. Think they loyalty, you see them rooting for the other team. You ain't gotta lie just to kick it. You can never mix the facts with the fiction. Nobody laughs when you in the funny business. A head tap can make your life a split decision. Lift his soul like the shoe don't fit. Take a look at why your crew don't mix. We clearly see that them Jews ain't it. Niggas talking like they views from the penthouse. With a flaw I wouldn't rent out. Nigga, get your shit out. We on a different level, nigga, you should level up. We on a different level, bag chasing money. What? We on a different level, about to get these haters touched. We on a different level, top T, I'm fucking clutch. I'm on a different level, nigga, you should level up. I'm on a different level, bag chasing money. What? I'm on a different level, about to get these haters touched. I'm on a different level, top T, I'm fucking clutch.
Yeah. And we back. And we got somebody in the building. It look like she's in a closet or something. I don't know what just happened. It's super.
From the back cave.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up? Yo, we got BMarie in the building. Gang. Right? We throw it up. That's the way we do it here. We throw W's up here, right? WEMS.
Okay.
Yeah, throw W's up. I know you holding your phone, but is it possible to turn it sideways for the people?
How about that?
But your rotation is off, so you probably got to turn the rotation on so it can switch up.
Hold on.
Yo,
Hold on,
so you already know. She go while she working on that. There we go. There we go. We in the building.
Hey.
What's up? Yo, so introduce yourself for the people.
What's up, y'all? I'm BMarie Inspires. I am a songwriter. I'm an artist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a think tank. I am all of the above. How y'all doing today?
Yo, we good. We here. We surviving.
Good. Thank y'all so much for the invite. Thank you. I really appreciate being a part of this show, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, we like number one, like the places. You don't even understand. They don't do it like us. So it just is what it is. So
and plus it's good to have some ladies on the spot, because not to do that home that, but this is like a testosterone driven show.
Okay.
And generally, so it's good to have some female energy.
It's all good. I got 5 brothers. I was raised around boys. I'm good for it. What's up?
oh, look at that. See, so we good. But we got one of the homies in the building. That's the way that go down, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So, how long have you been making music?
Man, I've been making music a long time, pretty much since I was a little girl. Since I was a little girl, I've always written songs. It's always been a part of me. But a couple of years ago, my brother passed, and it made me kind of move forward because it made me happy. It made me feel good, and it kept me from losing my mind. So I've always done it, but it became therapy for me over the past couple of years.
Okay. So where does the inspires come from?
Well, because I mean, I'm not the typical woman out here. Most women you hear on the radio, they're offering themselves, that's fine if that's their cup of tea. But I feel like it's more than just offering yourselves and saying what you have and saying what you can get, what you can take. I can take his man. I can do this. I can bounce it. I can drop it down to the floor, do the splits and all of that stuff. All of that's good and fine and dandy. But what are you doing to change someone's lives? Like, are you making anything that's sort of like, damn, man, I didn't see that coming. I think I'm gonna really digest that some more, or I want to be a better person because of this, or this made my day better by hearing this. So that's what kind of music I want to make. That's what kind of music I want to make. It's not just about music to me. Like right now, we're doing 100 blanket drive. It's been a hard year. I lost my mother this year, and I almost
Sorry
like
to hear
let it
that.
slip through the cracks because I like to do things for the community. This year has been such a hard year and an unbelievable year. I almost forgot about it, but we are doing 100 blanket drive to give to the homeless people next week on the 25th. I want to do everything for my community and for people that surround me so that puts the inspires on BMarie.
Okay. Well, you definitely, no one could explain it better than
Gotta throw some applause for that. Gotta throw some applause for that, man. I
for
mean,
real.
to endure all that you've endured just this year, and to still have the positivity and the energy that you have, and still be an artist at the same time, which is no easy task. Is commendable. We got to throw you a salute for that right off top.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, it's not been a hard year just for me. It's been a hard year for everybody.
That's a
It
fact.
seemed
That's a
kind
fact.
of unreal. I have
Hmm.
a
It is.
15-year-old sister that I have to take care of. I had 5 brothers, and all of a sudden, my parents they started over and had a daughter, and I didn't understand it at first, but until my mom passed, and now my sister's there keeping my daddy going because he been with my mom since she was 17. My sister
Right.
keep them going. They should have their own little show.
Black love. Yeah. Yeah.
They should. But I mean, it's been a tough year for everybody, and I can't really afford to
No doubt.
fold.
Yeah.
I can't afford to fold.
No doubt.
Yeah. We definitely losing the visual on you. I know you can see us fine, but we need some light somewhere.
Okay, I gotta tell y'all, I'm in Shreveport doing some business for my cousin, and I'm at her home. So I'm trying to get a little acclimated. Okay, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, there we go.
Woo woo. Wait a minute, that light too strong.
There you
Right.
go.
That
You probably just
right
got
there.
like right there would be perfect.
Right there.
All right.
All
We
right.
got you.
So, it's you seem like a very giving person, someone with a big heart that probably puts a lot of people before you.
I do, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. I found myself this year more so than any year. I just started running up and down the stairs because I was like, I think I'm having an anxiety attack. I can't breathe. I hope I don't have the COVID-19. So I started running up down the stairs. I was like, oh, I ain't got it. I wouldn't be able to run up and down the stairs if I could breathe this good. I do, but I feel honored in a way because my mother she held the mantle. She was the she was a powerful woman, and everyone depended on her to do everything. And I think losing my brother was a part of her passing, because I mean, who can really get over losing a child? And she just took care of everything, and it's falling on me, and it's kind of honor, even though it's hard. It's an honor. I mean, because who all got their mind together and they stuff together to even take care of other people. Because like right now, I manage my household and I manage my parents' household, my dad and my sister. I pay my bills, I pay their bills.
Mhm.
Um, I handle my bank account, I handle his bank account because my mother took care of everything, and now he's 63 and he don't know how to take care of stuff like that. So I just do it. I mean, if I didn't do it, who would?
Yeah.
Well, we can tell you this much: the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
Right. So I definitely glad we're speaking to you today because it's very hard to find people that are willing to still give in the middle of all the turmoil that's going on. It's easy
Man,
to just look at yourself and it's like, this is what I need, me, I. So to be able to do that and even listening to your music has messages in it. So I think that the way we were talking about, you were speaking about music earlier, with the way some female rappers speak about certain things, you speak about something totally different.
Yeah, I try to. I speak about things that bother me. Sometimes I make music out of anger. Sometimes I make it out of love. Sometimes I make it out of compassion. You know, but it's always a feeling behind it. It's all I can go back to certain songs that I've written, and I know exactly what I was going through at that time. I can. I was like, okay, I remember that. I remember writing that, and I remember how I felt when I wrote that song. And so the next one, little drop that I was gonna do was gonna be called Documentaries, because I mean, we all on this earth, and we I don't know if y'all are into the Bible. My parents, they took we had to go to church all the time. I don't agree with a lot of things that go on to church now, but I was raised in it. And I mean, shoes, it's we have to make our own books. You know, we have to write our own story. Just like it was the book of John, the book of Mark, and the book of Luke, it's gonna have to be a book of BMarie too. So I want to
Mhm.
document my life in my own type of way, because one day, um, somebody's gonna hear it, especially 2020.
Yeah,
2020, people gonna hear your story. Whatever you've done in 2020, people are gonna hear about it.
yeah. This is
Oh,
a historic year. This is one of those things that people are going to be looking back and just trying to find out what happened and what was going on and who was doing what in 2020
Oh yeah.
for a very long time.
it's gonna be
20
the
Yeah.
years.
most. It's gonna be the most Googled year in about 10, 15 years, 20 years, 50 years. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know that Black Bloods Bleed, the single that I just released on that video on YouTube. I didn't want myself to be a part of the video. I didn't want to see me. I didn't want to see anybody. What I wanted to highlight was what's going on to Black people in 2020. So in the video, I just kind of like showed a video of Googling 2020 Black people. And when you Google Black people 2020, all of this stuff fall down. Like it's really nothing good. It's nothing good. It's the same as what happened in the 60s. And at the end, it kind of like brought that together. Like it's no different. We're fighting for the same things we've been fighting for. I don't know how long. We've gotten too comfortable. We thought we were fine. We thought we were free. We thought we were great. Everybody loved us, but now everybody been showing their true colors.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think, especially with this past election, when you look at the numbers, over 73 million or something people voted for 45, and that just goes to show you how divided the country really still is at this point. As good as people may have think or thought that it's gotten, it's still a struggle by people, and it's still a lot of the divisiveness that's going on. You know,
It's
but
division.
what you said earlier though about the song being a moment, I think that's what every song should be. You know what I mean? It's a moment in time for you, and it's a moment in time that you sharing with the listener. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about taking them on a journey with you. Just basically reliving that experience or telling that story or conveying that
Yeah,
message. So that's what it should always be about.
yeah.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. It's super important that we can share those messages and those visuals and just educate. I think conscious music is coming back to the point where we're going to
I would like,
overshadow a lot of the nonsense that
I
that
would like
we've.
to hear.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it is going to be a change. It's going to be the 80s and the 90s where hip hop was educating and giving information to the youth that was lost. And just because they might not hear the message now, putting the music out, they'll hear it later. Last week interviewing Arrested Development and speaking the speech, you
Bro,
know,
bro.
right? Like that was real for me due to the fact that we had everyday people. We had Tennessee, we had the new joint Anya, right?
Yeah, so
It just educating, our people behind a lot of the stuff that's going on. And there was a lyric that he was like, how could a giraffe basically protect their neck? And I'm like, that was like the most something that I heard that I'm like, how can a giraffe protect their neck? Their neck is so damn long, but there's so much stuff going on, and they get into so many different things that they're trying to use their little hooves to cover their neck, but they're still exposed. That's us. So much stuff is going on. We're exposed to a lot of the stuff that's going on.
And that's by design. It's by design. It's systematic.
Yeah, systematic. So I definitely. So we're gonna need you to introduce that Black Bloods Bleed.
Hey guys, I know y'all tired of that. Black people bleeding. We bleeding. We've been bleeding. We never stop bleeding. It's just that it's highlighted even more. People are tired of bleeding. We tired of bleeding, and I want y'all to hear it. It not only that, I wanted to. It highlights the little girls missing in Washington. They never got found. Nobody ever found those little girls. Nobody talking about them. It's little black and brown girls missing all over America. Where they at? Where they at? So I want everybody to think about that when they listen to Black Bloods Bleed.
There it is.
Here we go, y'all.
BMarie in the building.
No, I'm gonna whoop your ass first.
Black Bloods Bleed in the city.
Look at my
Little
brother.
girls missing in the
In the freezer.
People don't care in the city.
Mute the mic, P.
We gon' ride in the city. Black man got shot by the cops tonight. Yeah. Black bloods bleed. Black bloods bleed. All the 3/5 of a man, and who holds this title and the deed to this land called America, the home of the bees, the land of the slaves, where religion controls the brain and history leaves a stain, and yet still remains. What was supposed to be dead never left the scene. It grew, stirred in the pot, hatred stew, modern slavery. Nobody saves it. We got so much compassion, yet so many haters. What are you afraid of? We would never do the things like tip and tat. Our DNA ain't even built like that. Facts. We can take a trip down memory lane, but that's not too far fetched from the present. It's a shame. What's the future? New world, cause this world time, we tied. Pressure applied, who lied? Never mind, they hide. We strive. Little girl missing. People don't care in the city. We gon' ride in the city. A black man got shot by the cops tonight. Yeah. Black bloods bleed. Black bloods bleed.
Bleed, y'all. All right, let's go. But what about Khalif Browder? And can't forget Rihanna, the kick to the door without a warning. Now she's a goner. Black blood exported from the Gold Coast to Ghana. The drama.
That's not the right one.
For the trauma.
I don't know. That's not the right one.
The girl voice system always questioning.
It's not. My ad-lib's not on there.
You better listen to get your soul christened. Yeah. Growth like an indica flower. Crack sour, black power. Now we lack power, just trying to stack hours. Been at it for decades, and time ticks on the hour. Yeah, black blood bleed, let the black boy breathe. Black blood bleed, let the black boy breathe. 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 Let's go, bro. BMarie, where you at?
Little girls missing in the city. People don't care in the city. We gon' ride in the city. A black man got shot by the cops tonight. Yeah. Black bloods bleed. Black bloods bleed.
Hold on, BMarie. Hold on. I heard BMarie say something. You said that's not the right one? Hold on. Say that again, BMarie. You said it's not the right one?
No, it wasn't the right one. And I'm listening to it. That's not my mixed and mastered track. I apologize for that because you don't send nobody mixed things that's not mixed and mastered, but I didn't send it out. I hope y'all like the concept, but I wasn't happy because that wasn't the right one.
Okay, well we definitely get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that one was the one that was sent to us.
Yeah, I know it's not y'all. I have to talk to some more people because I usually have other people handling that stuff, and
Yeah.
it's not on y'all. I know they've sent the wrong one. Yeah, but I
Okay,
have
we
to
gonna have to.
apologize to y'all because I have
No,
respect for you guys as well. This is y'all station. Y'all don't play stuff on y'all station that's not mixed and mastered. That's not what's up
hey,
in
but
that
we don't.
artist. I have to
But we don't.
apologize. No.
But we don't want to misrepresent the song either. You know, we want to make sure that the people hear the best you that they can possibly hear. So when you get that mixed and mastered version, or if you have it, please send it to us so we can play that. You
I
know what I mean, and
will.
make sure that people
I'll
hear
be
the
sending
correct
that
version.
tonight.
Say no
All
more.
right. So here, wait, because I might have something. So we might be able to get going before the show ends. I'm trying to pull a video so we can actually play the video. So I'm hoping that we could get that popping before the show is done, before we end this interview, right? Because the mix and master stuff should be
It's
definitely
on
on the
video.
YouTube video. Okay, all right, all right. So, we working here. We working here.
We working for you, BMarie. We working for you.
Yeah, we work.
Appreciate you. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
so the other one is Drive, right? We got Drive and we got
No more
another
blues.
joint. Huh?
No more blues.
Yeah, so we got No More Blues and we got Drive. So would you like to talk about, pick
No.
one that you want to talk about?
Well, no more blues. I mean, it's kind of like what we were talking about in the beginning. It's very emotional. As a matter of fact, when I finished recording it, I cried, and another person, another man that was in the studio, my partner, he actually got emotional as well because I mean, we just tired of blues. I mean, I like I said, I probably live in that fairy tale land where I wish nobody had to live on the streets and nobody had to go to bed with an empty belly and but that's just not the world we live in. We got to deal with these blues and we tired of them. We got to deal with people dying with cancer now. We got to deal with people dying with the COVID and it's just so much going
For the
on that
million.
can be overwhelming. And that's what I was feeling when I sang that. A lot of it I just kind of like did freehand and then I went over it. I was just in my little emotions on No More Blues.
That's where the best stuff comes from, though. It comes from the heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a reason why it was called the blues. So you don't
Yeah.
want no more blues. So I definitely get it and understand it. So introduce this track and introduce yourself one more again for the people.
Maybe just tuning
Hey,
in.
I'm BMarie Inspires, guys. Y'all can always find me on BMarie Inspires. And here you go. This is dry. No more blues. I'm sorry.
Ta.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Aren't y'all tired of blues? Yeah, yeah. No more. No more. No more blues, no more sickness, the counseling. No more religion, dividing love between you and me. No more hunger, we'll all eat. We'll eat from the land and be free as God intended it to be. No more hatred towards one another. because of color. It's just color. It's just color. No more blue. No more blues. No more blues. Come on, yeah. Them sad day blues, them rainy day blues, them broke day blues, them ugly blues, that black man's blues. That black man's blues. That black man's blues. I said that. No more blues. I'm just tired.
P, you muted it.
The sad day blues, rainy day blues, broke day blues, fucked up days blues, that black woman's blues, because we got them too.
Yeah. And that was No More Blues
No more blues.
by BMarie Inspires. Don't get any better than
Amen.
right.
You said
It's staying positive, especially in the rough times, being conscious of what a lot is going on with all the things that are going on. We need to pay attention. We need to pay attention. We need to understand, and we need to have peace within ourselves to be able to move forward. And just from the two tracks that we heard, that's exactly what you're telling the people is, yo, pay attention to us bleeding in these streets. And then don't cry no more. Be better and look for those blessings that are in your life.
yeah. Because, I mean, it's a lot of blessings hidden in your life. A lot of things, they happen, and you don't understand. You don't understand why they're happening right then. And then a little later, something else happened that's better. And you say, dang, now I see why that happened. It may not have felt good, but it kind of made way for something better to happen in my life. And so, man, I try to meditate and pray and study and just read and look into different things that can make me a better person. I can't say what'll make anybody else better. Hey, whatever makes you good, do it. But as for me, that meditating and praying and The Secret. You ever heard of The Secret?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I looked into that. Have y'all ever heard of Drapetomania?
No.
Ooh, that's a new one.
Drapetomania.
Yeah, school or something.
Yeah.
That one.
When y'all get a chance, y'all should Google Drapetomania. It sounds like a word that you shouldn't even be able to Google. But the first thing, when you go on BMarie Inspires on YouTube, you'll see I released something called Drapetomania as well. And Drapetomania is a disease that they said that we as Black people had when we wanted to run away as slaves. They gave it a name. That almost like they tell us we got high blood pressure. They said y'all got Drapetomania. Why y'all want to run away?
It's
I wanted people to know that. Like, why we don't know these
mental
things?
illness.
Why don't we know these things? Why don't we know where we come
It says
from?
it was a mental illness that in 1851 an American physician Samuel Cartwright hypothesized as the cause of enslaved Africans fleeing captivity.
Look at that. So they said, hey, That's like being in an abusive relationship and they saying, yo, why would you want to leave? What is wrong with you? You're supposed to stay and want this.
You got drapetomania, bitch. You supposed to stick around.
That's exactly what's going on. We feed you good. You get all the chitlins
Crazy.
and all of the balls from the chickens, everything. You know, what's wrong with you? You know,
Why would you want to go? We give you scraps. Like
y'all got
it's
a sickness. Y'all are sick. It was something it really happened, and those are things like that we should know about, but we don't know about. That's a question. If we knew about more about ourselves, would we be better people?
we would. But speaking about those
I think
times and
so. I
you
think
know,
so.
it when we speak about, even that definition, the word I never heard of. I'm an educated individual, never heard that word before, so I thank you for educating me today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's the
Um,
jewel? What's the jewel down effect? What's the jewel?
oh wait.
What did I hear? What did I hear?
It's like, it was always that saying, and rappers have said it joking, or it was a saying that was put out there. It's like, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book, right?
Uh-huh.
So that was in a book that
Yeah, it was.
when when we read, it was, you're not supposed to read. So even
Uh-huh.
to this day, we still hold that saying to heart. It's like, we don't want to educate ourselves, not all of us, but a lot of us is like, why would I want to educate myself? I'm learning lies. But in that same book that you learn in those lies, if you look a little deeper, you can find the information that they put right in front of you that you're going to skim over anyway, because they guide us to where they want us to be and what they want us to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that out of Eldridge Cleaver
Mm.
and Soul on Ice. I got that out of that book. And
Mm.
I when I seen the word, I was like, I never heard of it. I Googled it. Never thought I'd Google it and that would pop up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Crazy.
what popped
See
up.
what
So
happens.
I
See
was
what
like,
happens
I'm
when
gonna
you
make
do it.
something. I want everybody. I'm like one of those. I like to cook, y'all. I'm like one of the type of people. If I make something real good, I'm like, dang, that's good. I want everybody to try it. I'm very country. I've been making homemade preserves and apple preserves and plum preserves. I want the world to taste the preserves because they
That's what's up.
good.
That's what's up.
Like a little old lady. I feel like an old lady sometimes.
Yeah, you
but
just want, but you just want to
man,
spread love. That's
read it.
all.
That's why if we
Shoot is
don't,
a button.
that's true. If you want to hide something from somebody, put it in the book. I wouldn't have never thought in a million years I would have that I would have found Drapetomania and I would have found the meaning of it. So I named my first release Drapetomania because I didn't want people to
Wow.
look for me. I wanted them to find that word first. So of course
Yeah.
it's not a lot of views on my videos. That's fine. There's not a whole bunch of stuff going on. But if you Google Drapetomania before you Google BMarie, I guarantee you that it's gonna pop up that definition that you just seen, and that was my goal.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
you succeeded with that because you're definitely gonna get a lot of eyes on that, and you're gonna draw a lot of attention to that, and that's gonna pique a lot of curiosity, and that's only gonna generate more streams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
it's gonna be one of those things that when we sit back and look at, you know, this music and this stuff, that we're gonna get those, like, somebody was trying to talk to us. They was trying to talk to us. They was trying to tell us, and it was right in front of us, and we overlooked it. But when they see it, a lot of times people are not ready for the information that you're giving them. So it's gonna be that moment in time that they're gonna look back and then be like, "Yo, B Marie Inspires had that joint called." I'm gonna jack up the whole word right now.
Drapetomania. Drapetomania.
Drapetomania.
Drake Mania, right?
Drapetomania.
Drake Mania, right? And they gonna be like, "But we didn't know what it was." But now people are wearing it on their shirts, and it's like, it's just one of those things that it's gonna be crazy. And
Marie, Marie, you got to get some shirts made.
Oh, I
that,
have shirts, y'all. I have merch. Y'all can go to gpmedia22.com. I have Nina Simone shirts. I have George Crumb shirts. I have some B Marie shirts. I have Black Bloods Bleed shirts. My business partner Legend. We have some shirts. He have a joint he just released called Black skin. Hey, I make stones, guys. I'm getting into my little stones, the crystal stones, and I've been making the rings with the copper and metal, and I paint. Yeah, I be trying to do everything. I try to use every gift that God gave me, because why not? He'll take them away.
That's what you got them for. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, so I
And
paint. I have an Etsy site. You can look up my art on my paintings on Etsy.
and it's crazy because your energy and the person that you are just comes out of you, right? Although we're not in person, your energy is transferring through this thing that we call the internet, and people can feel it and be inspired by it. And
Yeah, you feel it in your soul.
right, like I want people to understand, just because we're not sitting there with you, or we're not 3 inches or 10 inches apart from each other, or 2 feet from each other, doesn't mean you can't get the same feeling and emotion. And if someone is genuine, is going to transfer the way it's supposed to.
Tell me you ain't feeling when you heard that Black Man Blues. You felt that shit, damn it. I said, God damn it, bro. You motherfucker right about that, boy.
Say,
For
man,
real.
I have a real different, a very raspy voice. I get compared to Macy Gray. Sometimes I've got compared to
I
Amy
can get
Winehouse.
I
Sometimes
get that. I
I
get that.
really don't have anyone that inspires me to make the music that I make. It comes out of nowhere. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm creating. Then I listen to it later and I
Yeah.
say it had to be something of a higher power that made me say that,
That's it,
because I don't
divine
think
intervention.
I would have done it myself, period.
Divine
I
intervention.
don't
That's
think
all
I
it
was
is.
strong enough to do it.
Yeah,
But
it comes from you the conduit from the most high.
I like my voice like that.
Oh, she chopping up on us.
I
Chopping.
really don't care. It's the message that's in it to me. But you set the legs all day.
No doubt. No doubt.
So let's get into this drive real quick. Introduce it for the people. Reintroduce yourself one more again. And then we got the video queued up. So we definitely gonna play that Black Bloods Bleeds. I could probably only say that once at a time, because
Before
I can't say it multiple times in a row.
you already started drinking, so you can only say it once.
I can only say it once. So here we go. Yo, this is BMarie inspired joint drive. Bit. Wait, hold up.
I can start, and I know just where to start. Being sweet is bittersweet, sometimes breaks your heart. No regrets of the past, because it made me stronger. Falling down and getting up just gets me hunger and I cannot let go of the wind. I have been through the valley, damn near seen the devil's peak, and I have learned that in this land that you're the wolf or you're the sheep. And as a lady, when I walk, I don't have to talk, cause my presence speaks. You will find what you see, and what you sow is what you reap. I'm gon' dive, and when I dive, I'm going head down strong. Have no time to throw no stones, and wasting time is more than wrong. I peep game from a mile away. I'm a different breed. Watch me while I soar. I can soar, and I know just where to start. Being sweet is bittersweet, sometimes breaks your heart. No regrets of the past, because it made me stronger. Falling down and getting up just gets me stronger and I cannot let go of the wind and dry and dry.
Woo!
Yeah. And we back, y'all. We back. Yo, we drove. Oh,
Yeah,
We,
we
we
drove. We went for a drive.
I'm telling
a
you.
drive.
Ah,
Yeah, I definitely hear the. I definitely hear the. I definitely hear the. I didn't hear the Macy Gray comparison and that, but yeah, that's fire right there. That's fire.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's actually on Drake-Tomania. Drive is.
okay.
Y'all heard it.
So
Y'all heard it. Yeah. Y'all heard it. Yeah.
Drake Tomania. Right. I got it right. I think I did.
You got it.
You close enough, brother. You close enough.
Cheat toes for you, dude.
Yo, it's just so important, man, to me to have that music that is really that touches the soul. I think that we got lost a little bit in what was going on for a little while. And it was probably by design or whatever it was. But we have to get back to it. We have to get back to what music truly is to the individual and making music that feeds your soul. Because if it feeds your soul, feed many others.
Yeah, music play a big part in life. You know, a lot of us we wouldn't know our ABCs if it wasn't in a song. Let's just think about it. Music play a big part in life, and you can either heal in music or you can destroy it in music. You can tear things down in music. I mean, I want to get back to those times to where we actually knew the people who stayed next door to us. We actually felt comfortable going and saying, "Hey, I'm your next door neighbor. Just want you to know, I live next door. If you need anything, you let me know." Now that's weird now. People don't want to go talk to nobody now. And if you
So
knock on
true. So
somebody's
true.
door, they looking at you crazy.
That's right.
That's just that those are not the days. That's not the times. But those are the times that I grew up in. I knew people around me. People looked out for us. We could stay out sometimes because people looked out for us that stayed down the street and around the corner. They knew who we were. They knew who our parents were. That those are not the times anymore. It's
No,
sad, because those are the good times, and I think a lot of it has to do with the music that we put out, because if we only got music to talk about pills and how many drugs we can take, and that's fine if that's your personal preference. But I was so happy when what's his name? They got so many babies that I don't know if it's the baby, little baby, whichever one. When he came out with speaking of black and white, I was like, that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have such a big influence on people around you in the community in the world. If you have that big of an influence, do something with it. Do
mm,
something with it. Change it. Change how people could think about certain things. You can do that through music. And I don't think that everybody that's on the higher levels, I don't think that the mainstream people, they don't take advantage of the effect that they have on the world.
Mm-hmm.
mm. And when they do, and it's crazy because when they do get to that point where they like, yo, I do have this influence, and I am gonna put out conscious music, or I'm gonna speak to my people in a positive way. Have you ever paid attention to how their numbers don't reflect the message? People are not buying it. People are not looking for it. It's like, what are you talking about? For me, the biggest example of that was Jay-Z's 444. Right?
Yeah.
He was putting gems in there, and people were like, "Yo, that was a horrible album." But I'm like, "But you probably wasn't prepared to listen to what he was saying because you wanted Jay-Z the drug dealer.
Right.
It wasn't time for you to listen to Jay-Z the billionaire. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was. It's different.
The evolution.
It is
The evolution. No, and sometimes we get so caught up in the past that we want to stay in the past, and the music we listen to reflects how we want to stay where we are and not want to move to that point where we can be better.
Yeah, no doubt. And that was, and BMarie was right. That was Lil Baby that you was talking about earlier.
That's Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm so terrible with the artists and names and stuff. I promise
Well,
you.
yeah, it's 100 million of them.
It is. It's a lot of babies. I was like, dang, why everybody want to be babies? Why they can't? What's going on with the babies?
Either that or they got some damn letters before their name. Yeah.
Shoot, when you get 45, or you still gonna want to be the baby?
Hey, yeah, it is what it is. But before we get up out of here, I definitely want to play the video to
Yes, sir.
Black Bloods Bleed. One time. That's it. That's all you get. Because if I say it again, I'm going to jack it up. Right? So here we go, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Black bloods bleed in the city. Little girls missing in the city. People don't care in the city. We gon' ride in the city. A black man got shot by the cops tonight. Yeah. Black bloods bleed. Black bloods bleed. Whoever thought up 3/5 of a man, and who holds these title and these deeds to a land called America, the home of the thieves and the land of the slaves, where religion controls the brain and history leaves a stain and yet still remain. What was supposed to be dead never left the scene. It grew, stirred in the pot, hatred stew. Who knew? Modern slavery, nobody saved me. We have so much compassion, yet so many haters. What are you afraid of? We would never do the things like Tiff and Tat. Our DNA ain't even built like that. Facts. We can take a trip down memory lane, but that's not too far-fetched from the present. That's a shame. What's the future? New world, cause this world tired. We tried. Pressure applied. We lied. Never mind, they hide. We strive. In the city. Little girls missing in the city. People don't care in the city. We gon' ride in the city. A black man got shot by the cops tonight. Yeah. Black bloods bleed. Black bloods bleed.
Bleed, y'all. Let's go. But what about Khalid Router? And can't forget Brianna, the kicked in the door without a warning. Now she's a goner. Black blood exported from the Gold Coast to Ghana. The drama and baby mamas, no counseling for the trauma. It's like we fell off after Obama. The good old boy system, always questioning, fit the description. BMarie, you better listen to get your soul christened. Yeah. Growth like an indica flower. Crack sour, black power. Now we lack power, just trying to stack hours. Been at it for decades and time ticks on the hour. Yeah, black blood bleed, let them black boys breathe. Black blood bleed, let them black boys breathe. Yeah, let them breathe. Let them breathe, let's go, y'all. BMarie, where you at?
Little girls missing in the city. People don't care in the city. We gon' ride in the city. A black man got shot by the cops tonight. Yeah. Black bloods bleed. Black bloods bleed. Oh, yeah. Black bloods bleed.
And we're back, right? The visuals on that were so real. You know, I think that just paying attention to the visuals, it helps people truly understand where we stand. Like, and this is stuff that we're talking about that happened, within this
Recently,
year.
yeah,
Like, this
recent
is
stuff.
like, it's crazy.
That's what's so staggering. It's like the images, like you were saying, the images are so new. You would think that those images are like from the 70s or the 60s or something like that, but that's like right now. That's what's crazy.
It's 2020.
Yeah,
It's
it's right
2020. I
now.
mean, I just think that I mean, I don't know if I just thought that you think like, man, one day somebody gonna get pissed off. They gonna get tired of this shit, man. But uh, it's like you never would have thought that it would have happened like it did, because not only were we pissed in America, other countries, they were pissed for us.
For
You
us,
know,
that's
and
right.
that's a big
That's right.
statement. That's a huge statement. When
Yeah,
other countries
no
pissed
doubt.
for you,
No doubt.
they
Right.
never met us. We hear they hate us.
They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to eat, and people dropping bombs all around them, and they looking across at America like, "Damn, that's fucked up." So you know
Right.
that when you see
Yeah,
that,
that's a
yeah,
big statement. And
yeah,
You,
for real.
it brings you to think that they put in our minds that other people hate us, that
Right,
everybody hate Americans. But I
right.
didn't see that this summer. I didn't
no,
see that.
we saw unity over across the world.
Around
And
the world, yes,
so
sir.
we saw unity across the world, and it was like, yo, this needs to stop. Like, we're talking about years, hundreds of years of oppression, right?
400.
It was something that you said, that the land of the thieves, that, like, it's crazy because it's so true, right? We talk about the land of the free, the home of the brave, but we weren't free, and still to this point, this day in life, we are not free. You know, people always talk about the Black Lives Matter movement as, oh, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. But it's like, no, we're saying this because we're not held to that same point of equality on many levels. And we just want everybody to understand that, yo, a life is a life. But we're getting killed, we get depicted in the news in such a way that is, we're criminals, we're thieves, but we're not the thieves. We're trying to survive in many cases.
And when
And
people and
Man, I come straight from the country to the hood. I know about survival. I know about having your lights cut off. I know about using the next door neighbor's water. I know about all of that stuff, about real struggle and real pain, like real struggle. And then I'm in education. I'm in this school district to where, okay, I went to a school where it was majority black people and Hispanic people. But then I go to the majority white, and I would say that because the whole school board is white. Even though
mm,
it's a very diverse district, the whole school board is white, and I never understood that. And I started going through stuff to where I started getting into my feelings because I noticed that these kids automatically have 10, they automatically 10 steps ahead of us. It ain't nothing we can do about it. They're offered so many things. They have programs and things that just put them 10 steps ahead of us. And then when we go in these meetings, when they talk about the kids and their behavior and the grades, why black people always in last place, man? It started pissing me off. It started pissing
mm,
me off to the fact that I took my lunch one day and I talked to every 10, it was like maybe 7 black teachers in the whole school. I went to all
mm.
7 of them, including the black assistant principal. And I was like, man, it's a shame that every year we get these things in Texas. And I understand that this go on in every district, but come on, man, we got to do something about this. These are our kids. I mean, it's embarrassing. And every year, and all of the other white teachers and Hispanic, they look at us as soon as the paper come out, letting us know how bad our kids are doing. That don't feel good.
Right,
It don't feel good, and I
right.
get deep down in my feelings about it. And it's like, I just wish we could just be held, just be treated the same way our kids get left out. And it's mostly because of what we don't do. One thing I do notice is if they kid go to ISS, they want to know, hey, what's going on? Well,
Right.
I need every detail of that in writing. Now, do we
Hmm.
support our kids like that? No.
Right.
Nah,
Right.
as long as y'all put them out of school, we okay.
Yeah.
Do we go up there to figure out everything good going on? No, so they tried to come up with a black group for like a little club. Like they had the gay club and all that stuff. I can't think of what the name of the club was, but they wanted to name our club the Unity Club. I was like, damn, that's messed up. Why we can't name our club the Black Club or the African American Club or our History Club or so why we
Mhm.
can't put our roots out there like y'all put y'all's out? It wasn't no problem putting out the gay club,
Right,
the
right.
EBT, what was it?
LG, LGBT.
LGBT club. Yeah, the
Mhm.
LGBT club. They had that
Yeah,
club. Why we can't have our club?
no doubt,
That time I
no
had to
doubt.
get out of education because I'm in my feelings. I get in
Hmm.
my feelings, and I especially being in that district, I can't do it.
No, and it's completely understandable.
And
And
the school to
what
prison pipeline is real.
yeah, and what I can say about us, like you just said, it's a lot of times, we don't our follow through is like somewhat horrible. Um, but I think that if we follow through more, right, we're good starters, right? We start a lot of stuff, right? We can start it, but it's like
Great starters.
we get beat down so much. It's like, yo, we started, then it's like, uh, and then we kind of give up. And I think that has to change. That is going to be the key to making the movement, the L, the B, the Black Lives Matter movement,
Yeah.
LBL, right, and all the things that we're doing, right, to continue going down. Because I don't know if we're still out there protesting for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and all those things, because I don't see it on the news. But mainstream media depicts what they want to put out there. They show what they want to show when they want to show it. But we need more people out there that are there saying, look, we're still moving forward. We didn't give up. We need to continue that movement. We need to keep pushing that message. A lot of artists are putting it in their music, but we need those people that are out there every day saying, hey, look, I'm still here. I'm still holding up this sign. We want justice. And
Man,
we need that because for us, it's what we see. Our reality is what we see on TV.
Very
So
visual.
we need to see more of those visuals. We can see somebody whipping one of the Proud Boys' butts at a rally, but we can't see people rallying for Black Lives Matter and justice for Breonna Taylor and how the cops didn't get charged with murder, and it was they got charged with reckless endangerment, and they offered the family money. Well, we're not talking about that.
and
And I
then if
wanna,
we
and I
talk
wanna,
about it, we only talk about it while it's going on. And then as soon as they stop talking about it, we stop talking about it. That's
right,
classic for us. As soon as it happened, we riled up for a couple of weeks. And then after the fact, everybody's quiet when they get quiet. And that's not
right.
right. We got to keep it going. That's why I don't think I'll ever stop making music the way I make it. Because and I don't know how that make people feel. Hey, people get killed for doing the kind of music that I do. Somebody told me that I was on tour. I went up to New England, and me and Legend, this dude, he got off. He said, "Man, y'all get killed for the type of shit y'all doing," and it kind of scared me. Kind of put butterflies in my stomach. But then again, it's like, okay, I know that I'm not doing this in my own self. I know that it's a higher spirit that's doing this for me, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
And
I'm not gonna worry about it.
yeah, for someone to say that, right? For someone to actually come out and say that means that they realize that what you're doing is making an impact, right? And it's always going to be the ones that don't want you to make an impact that are going to try and scare the life out of you.
Oh yeah. Cause see, this same dude, man, this dude, I have one of his. He took his shoes off on one of his performances. Man, he had it cutting up in there. I thought I thought it was the kitchen in there, and they was cooking onion rings, y'all. His show, he took his shoes off, and he was. I mean, he was going around there. He was an amazing artist, but it was so bad. He started running. People started putting they hoodies over their face, and they was jamming with him like that. And we met with, yeah, we seen this dude and it's amazing when you tour how you run into the same people so many times. He did like 3 shows with us, but that first show he cut it up literally. He's the one that did it. I don't know if it was because he had seen us doing our set at the shows and he seen the difference and the merch that we were selling. Cause y'all, I sold all of my art. When I went on tour, I took all my art off my walls and I took it on tour with me and I got rid of all of it. And maybe that was the reason, because when you on stage, it's really not the performance you give, it's how much merch you selling and who coming to your table and not coming to their table. That's the difference. You can suck as an artist with that merch table not getting touched. That's when people get mad, you know.
So
Another thing I want to say is we got to start voting within our communities and not just for our president. That's another difference that we can make in our schools as Black people when we vote the people that we want to be in our community, who we think that's going to make a difference just as much as we do with the presidents.
right.
School board members are voted in.
And we can't just vote. We can't just get up and go vote when we're fed up. We need to go vote when it's time to vote. We always wait until like it's when we're fed up or we're up to here. Like it's beyond, we can't deal with it no more. But if we do what we need to do when we're supposed to, we can control that level of being fed up and the things being out of control. We have to do it. We got to pay attention to the local government, to the community leaders and everything else. And we also got to make sure we hold them accountable. Yo, this is what you're saying you're going to do. This, we're sitting there and we're backing you. You have to do what you need to do. I think that 2020 was the biggest year where we had a lot of celebrities coming out and they like, yo, we got the black contract. Oh, we got these things. Ice Cube is sitting there being vocal. We had a lot of other people saying other things, right? But that was because they was trying to protect their pockets. But the people that are out there trying to protect their people are saying something different and holding people accountable. Puffy did it. Um, we also have we also had Ice Cube do it. There was a lot of other people that were out there doing these things, and they're saying hold people accountable, hold them accountable. I'll vote for you, but what are you giving me? Because on the other end, when the other people are contributing to these campaigns, to their reelection campaigns or whatever it is, they're saying, I'm giving you this. You better make sure you do what you tell me you're going to do. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem.
No, not only that. Here's this money. You're gonna do this for our support and for this month for this bag I'm giving you. That's the game that a lot of us don't realize is being played all the time. It's a money game. You know,
Yeah.
you take these people in these communities are coming to these politicians while they're still trying to become whomever. You feel me? When they're campaigning and they putting money behind them for the campaign. You feel me? Here's 2 million, here's 4 million, whatever the case may be. This is what you're gonna do for us in order for you to get this bag. You feel what I'm saying? And when you get
Ain't that
elected, you're
business
gonna,
though?
you feel me? But I mean, that's politics. That's what it is.
It's politics, but that's business it too.
That is
If
business,
you
no
give
doubt. But
something,
see,
you
but
get
that's what our
something.
community. But that's what our community can't get through our head. We feel like, oh, they should just be ethical and they should just be the best person for the job and they should just do the job that they're supposed to be doing. But it's a way more crooked game than that. And we just, we such a giving people and an accepting people that we sometimes
That
forget that politics is not a regular game. You know what I mean? It's a business, like you said.
it's a business game. A business game to where if African Americans could actually get together and agree on a amount of money that we give to the presidency, I believe we will be treated probably better, different, because everybody else do that. The Asians do that. The foreigners, they do that as a community. They give a certain amount of money. They have
That's
a
Right.
right.
leader. But see, can we do that?
Oh, we spend enough money. We spend enough money on bullshit. We should be able to put our money into a bag and put it behind somebody. You know, we
Because
should be able to.
if you decided not to buy that Louis bag and decided the amount of Louis bags that are in black households, right? The smallest Louis bag is probably like about $1,500, right? It's probably about 1,500. I've seen a Louis bag go for close to $5,000. Don't even buy Louis luggage. Forget it. You know, if we sat there and we did certain things a certain way, there would be more equality when it comes to the legislation and these bills that get passed. And
Well, I'm gonna tell you the whole problem is this: is when we gotta allocate that money and put a bag to give somebody a bag, and we all gotta chip in. The problem becomes with black people, who's gonna hold the bag?
Who's gonna hold the bag?
That's the whole thing. You
who's
feel
gonna
me?
hold the back? Who's gonna hold the back?
That's
And then the
the big
crazy
question.
part is
That's the problem.
get somebody that's not even black to hold the bag for us because we don't even trust ourselves. But that's crazy though. But that is something that is the premise of being in slavery and them teaching us not to trust one another. The them whipping us to them saying the black man is not strong enough to take care of the black woman, to where society is like, look, I could go on for hours. Child support and family court
Don't
and
get me started, man.
all of that craziness, right? All of that craziness, right? Because when we look at it, the people that get taken to court, that go to family court, are definitely the minorities, right? White people don't go to family court. They go talk to their attorneys and there's an agreement drawn up, and yo, this is what I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do. Black and Hispanic people, black and brown people, they go to court, and it's 17% of whatever you make. If you make a minimum wage and they take a 70% of your check, you are definitely poverty stricken. Like, I'm giving you 17%, but I gotta live in a shelter because I can't even afford to have an apartment. But that's systemically how they keep us down.
Right.
I have definitely a good amount of children. I know what it takes to raise a kid every month. Like,
I was just gonna say that.
I know what it
Like, our
takes to raise a
biggest
kid every month.
weaknesses have to be our children.
Yeah, like I know what it is. Like it's so many things, and it's like, but to take the mother of a child to court is different from a father going to court. You ever try and take a mother of a child to court for child support? They laugh at you. They sit there, hey, like, ha, what are you doing? Oh, you
like get your ass out of here. Get out of here. Get out of
we're dismissing this, right? But you take a father to court, it's like, look, there is a state minimum. I don't care if you don't got a job, you got to figure it out, or we're gonna suspend your license. We're gonna throw you in jail. We got daddy, delinquent daddy jail on the weekends, right? You're a weekend warrior. There's so many systemically. There are so many things, but we don't even tackle those things. We don't tackle those things. And when we talk about the welfare system, they tell us don't get married, because if you get married and the father of the child lives in a household, the government is not going to take care of you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Oh yeah.
So they tell us to stay separate, not build the strength within the home. But that goes back to the 1660s, where they were separating household and they were separating the mother from the father and the children. It's no different. They just do it on paper now.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know what that is. You know what that is, don't you?
What?
That's Black Man Blues.
That's what it is. They geniuses at that psychological. A lot of things we just never unlearn. A lot of things we have y'all ever seen Hidden Colors? I know y'all seen Hidden Colors.
Yeah, no, most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, y'all seen a lot of them, ain't you? Yeah, I know. That I can go on for hours and hours and hours talking about that. That stuff had me pissed off. I was inviting all my male friends over. That's when I was
yeah.
like, come on over, roll some
Watch some Hidden Colors.
My fiance, that was his first experience with me. We was watching Hidden Colors.
Uh-huh. Them colors ain't hitting no more.
Huh?
I said them colors ain't hitting no more. You the
No, no,
fiance.
no.
Colors is out
No,
in the
no,
open now.
no.
Yeah, so I just want to say this was definitely a great interview. Not only did we get to speak about your music, but we got to get in the mind of B Marie Inspires. And it definitely reflects not only your music, but you as a person.
Yes, most definitely.
And and we need more of that in the world, and people standing on the, you know, that soapbox and preaching that message regardless if people are listening or not.
Unapologetically.
Right. And is this is what I'm saying, this is what it is. I'm gonna put it out there for the masses. You probably don't even realize how many people you've touched today or in the time that you've been making music. You'll probably never know.
Yeah, straight up.
But
It's another facet of your art, but it's also an extension of yourself, and it's an experience that you share with the listener, like I said earlier, and that touches people in a different way. You know,
yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I
Thank
believe
you.
that making music and being true to you is the ultimate level of success, right? Because if you did not make it till tomorrow, the way you put yourself out and the representation of you has always been true to you. But that will long live who you are, right? That'll be legendary. That No More Blues and Black Bloods Bleed will sit there and resonate for years and years and years to come. And
That's
I
all I
think that
want.
that's wonderful.
Thank you. That's all I want. It really it doesn't matter what you do when you're here on this earth. It matters when you leave this earth, the impact that you left on
your
this earth.
legacy.
And I really learned that when my mom passed this year. Um of the I understood how she took care of everybody. I didn't see that at first. A lot of things people don't realize until you leave this earth, and that's my goal. That's my goal, y'all. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate talking to y'all. It's been an amazing conversation with y'all. I've really enjoyed this time with y'all.
Well, this is the spot. We appreciate you coming through as well, and like I say, bringing in that feminine energy, and what I'm saying, that queen energy, positive energy, and speaking to the masses, and the fellas appreciate the woman's touch from time to time, and their perspective. We value you all, even though we don't have you on the show often. We do value all of the ladies that do come through to the spot, and we appreciate you as well.
Yeah. And trust and believe that there's going to be a lot of clips from here that are going to resonate from a lot of people. We're going to send you the link to the video once all of this is said and done. So I want to thank you. I want you to give your social media
Give me
out
your social. Yeah.
right before we get up out of here. How they can follow you on Facebook, how they can find you
How they
on
can get
on
merch.
the streaming platforms, how they could cop the merch, the website, and all that.
You can always find me on B Marie Inspires. It's easy. If you go on Instagram, B Marie underscore inspires, that's me. If you go on YouTube, B Marie Inspires, that's me. But GP Media, I'm with Garvey Prospects Media. That's the company that I'm owner of. Well, I'm the full owner of it, but I do have partners and stuff with me. GP Media 22.com is where you can go and get some of our merch. We're still building on it. I'm still working on the website. I build websites, guys. I like right now I'm in Shreveport working on business. I do marketing and campaigning, y'all. I'm a think tank. I'm good with coming up with things with businesses to help them grow, and I like doing it. That I'm not working right now. This is my full-time job for myself, is helping other businesses grow. I like it. And so if anybody's on here that need help with their business that they're just getting started, you cannot do it alone. You can try. It will not be easy and it will not be fun. You can always hit me at BMarie Inspires.
Gang. That's the way to do it. Yeah. So yo, we want to thank you. Nothing but love. Salute to the queen for bringing that.
Y'all have a blessed and powerful night.
You too. Thank you very much. Yeah, boy. So
gotta make her own preserves, my G.
Yo, but you know what?
How many artists we had on the show that make their own preserves, Mike?
It's none.
First on the spot.
None.
First,
but you know what?
Preserves, huh?
You know what? That's what scares me about the youth today.
Yeah.
Is because they don't do a lot of these things. Right? So if we was to take right now, we go find an 18-year-old or 16, 17, 18-year-old. We take them, right? We grab them and we put that motherfucker in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
No cell service. He can't Google shit. It's a wrap.
Right.
It's a wrap. He won't know how to fish. He won't know what to eat. He probably don't even know what poison ivy is. He doesn't even know what berries are poisonous. And these are things that we need to get back to. The being able to grow, to understand that, you know what? When we was slaves and the things that happened to us, there was a lot of things that we took from that, right? You don't go to a black household and they don't got collard greens for the holidays. Right, but collard greens with that stuff that people didn't want to eat. But you ever try to cook collard greens in the crib? That shit don't smell too good when you start cooking them. But
that's a fact.
But when you eat it, you like, yo,
the finished product is the next level if you know what you're doing.
Chitlins, bro. Like I know people know what chitlins are. That was the aftermath of that was the leftover stuff. We turned that into a delicacy. Like, come on.
Made something out of nothing.
Right. So we are always intuitive and we're always going to level up and be on that level to supersede whatever obstacle you put in front of us. That's why we're so fearful. And in 2020, why we're still being oppressed. Right? Because they're like, yo, these people have resiliency beyond the point of resiliency. We need to come up with a new word to describe how black people are able to move forward amongst all these obstacles in 2020. Because it's not even resilient no more.
Well, they're scared of that, man. They're scared of that. That's what racism is, B. It's fear and ignorance,
right?
It's lack of understanding. It's ignorance and fear. That's basically what racism is, my G.
And when you sit there and you think about it, right? A black man gets pulled over by a white cop, and the cop is like, license and registration. And as soon as that black man says, "What are you pulling me over for?" Do you ever realize how the situation changes instantly? Like that. Like that. Instantly. Or you're challenging my authority. No, I know my rights. I need to know why you want my license because I don't have to present my license, my ID, unless I committed a crime. So what crime did I commit before I provide you with identification? Because if it's just you ask me for my ID, I don't have to present it to you. But this is where we become so fearful of getting shot. Like I'm telling you, I'm afraid of getting shot.
And all of the claims there fear for their life, and but in comes but I said in comes if you're a racist officer, then you already have you have a preconceived notion about your interaction with somebody, a minority already. So once they challenge you, it's on now. Oh, you challenging me? I don't know. At first, I don't like you already. You know what I'm saying? I'm already kind of scared of you. So, whatever happens is what happens. And, it's a sad thing to say, but when, you ever wonder why when the Vikings used to like raid the towns that they took over and shit like that, how they would slaughter all of the the men and just probably keep the women and like I don't know whatever make the kids work or whatever the case may be, is because if you can't beat the people, you feel like you just gotta wipe them out. You feel what I'm saying? I can't do nothing with y'all, so I'm gonna just get rid of everybody. That's what that's the mentality, B. Just trying to wipe us out because they feel like they can't control us, they can't hold us down. Every time they try to do something, we just rise up and excel and overcome it and adapt around it and build over it and just what I'm saying, go under it, go whatever the fuck we got to do. And they scared of that, B. And they don't want that, to become the dominant society because there's a lot of swirling going on right now. They scared of that too.
And that's the truth. That is the truth.
Genetically, they're scared of that too. You feel me?
Yeah, and in this day and age, you can't even stop the swirling situation. Hey, you can't stop it. I'm sorry. White girls like the Mandingo. Y'all niggas is coming up real short. Just saying, it is what it is. they like the Mandingo. They tired of the Vienna sausage. They don't want
last week. She tired of that hot link.
That hot link, for real. Like y'all sitting there like those hot dogs and those hot dog carts on those New York street corners, extra thin and not even filling the bun.
The sausage that be curled up and whatnot when you see this shit. Yeah, they want pasta.
Y'all just mad.
Yeah.
But on some real joints, man, I'm just saying, I learned a long time ago, when I was a teenager, and I sat there and I told
just a young mustache.
Right, yeah. But actually at 13 I had a full beard, so I don't know if it was a young mustache. Like just young, like that, I was 13.
Young Grizzly Adams. Go ahead.
Like a grown ass man at 13. But I sat there and I was talking to this Puerto Rican dude, and he's like, yo, what are you? And I'm like, yo, I'm 100% Puerto Rican. He laughed at me. So, this was 20 plus years ago, right? And he laughed at me. He's like, yo, you need to learn your history. And I'm like, yo, what you mean? I'm 100% Puerto Rican. He's like, yo, there's no such thing as 100% Puerto Rican. Look into your history. He didn't even have to say no more.
Yeah.
And as I learned, I realized that my grandmother parents were from Haiti, right? So my grandmother's father was Haitian, but migrated to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Then when we look at that whole thing, we have French and Africans in Haiti, right? They brought the slaves over to Haiti. When we look at Puerto Rico had the African slaves. We had the indigenous people, which was the Taino Indians, and then we had the Spaniards. So there's no such thing as 100% anything. There's a swirl going on already.
Oh yeah.
A lot of my features of not of European descent. I got big lips, a big nose, like it's just, and then my skin tone is not light. So when you sit there and you look at it, there's no such thing as that. You have to educate yourself, understand what it is, right? And I'm attracted to women of darker skin tone, right? So that is a lot of my heritage.
Yeah,
that attracts me to that.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's just one of those things. We need to understand that there's no such thing as being 100% anything anymore. And we're talking about shit. When I was 18, this was in the late 90s.
Yeah,
like it's in the fucking late 90s. We're in 2020. Like, come on, we're talking about over 30 years ago. Well, not 30 years ago, 24 years ago. But a very good portion of an individual's life. But understanding that is what we need to understand, that there shouldn't be no division, but the people that promote division are the people that want to stay in power.
No doubt. That's the What they say, the oldest trick in the game, divide and conquer, right?
Right, divide and conquer. That's how
Conquer.
they do it.
Let me throw a little. Let me throw a little hip hop news in there before we get to the end of the broadcast here. Recession 2 released tomorrow. Jeezy. Make sure y'all go and get that on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all catch that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight. That's coming on the 28th. You know, everybody's going to be excited for that. And what else here on the notes? Everything else is just news. Busted that extinction level event 2 debuted at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 200. Shouts out to Busta Rhymes for that. Gotta throw him a salute. Over 38,000 the first week.
Yeah.
You know, may not sound like a lot, but if you ain't had an album out in 11 years, 30,000 your first week is kind of banging. Okay, just to let you know.
And the album was made over 11 years ago, by the way.
And the album was fire. You know what I'm saying? I gotta send a shout out to Boozy, who's not doing well after that he got shot in the leg because you know he's diabetic, so he's searching for a specialist right now so they can try and save his leg. I guess I imagine he's probably trying not to get that leg amputated, you know, and being diabetic is kind of hard for that wound to heal, so he's having complications with that. So shouts out, prayers up for the Woozy. Hopefully he can you know, get better and heal up fast and be back on his feet and doing what he does. Gotta shout out Benny the Butcher, who's also healing up. Heard he was smoking that Butcher's breath, which I can imagine is probably his own strain of some of the stickiest of the icky. So shouts out to him. You know, and a little piece of bad news: the Marathon store, you know, Nipsey Hussle's establishment that he had before he passed away, right there in that strip mall where he was killed. Yeah, the store was vandalized recently. I don't know if there was merch inside, but the store was vandalized. That's the report. So hopefully they you know got all of that stuff out of there by now, and there was no things taken. I don't got the details on that. I apologize. And your boy 45 is still trying to hold on.
For what?
Doing all kinds of nefarious things to try to keep his feet inside the Oval Office, but you know we see how that's going. They're gonna have to drag him out kicking and screaming, brother.
Yeah, but a lot of the states is dismissing it. All the courts where he filed claims that they throwing out.
All those states dismissed. I think 9 of them so far, maybe. Yeah,
and I just they need to tell them, yo, go fly a kite in a lightning storm with a key on a string. Like we need you to get struck by lightning, because and we don't need the little thread on it. We need you to hold that conductive material, that real electrical wire, while you got the kite up there for real.
Use this copper wire. Somebody need to just grow the balls to go into the office and be like, yo, man, look, that's it, big. That's it.
Yo, somebody from his camp, right? Somebody within there need to just walk in there, and somebody needs to record it on their phone and then to hit him with the "you're fired." Like
that's why he has nobody black in his cabinet, because you know a brother would be direct, like, look, Don, it's a wrap, son. Let's go. Pack it up, son. You know what I mean? Don't go out like that, B. Just pack it up. Let's go.
Yeah, just pack it up. Stop being a bitch. But that's just what it would be. Yo, so you already know, man. It's your boy Prophet Pete. You are tuned to the spot. Make sure that you follow the station, right? That's WEMS _ radio.
Yo.
And follow me. That's Prophet PROFIT _ radio _ NY, because we lit. And then we got my man. Make sure you follow him. Yo, my G, let him know who you are.
Do it just like that every week. That was good, sir. Just like that. Now go back and watch this, and just the same way you need to do that shit. Just like every week. Of course, you can follow your boy on Instagram. It's DJ Shawn, organized DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE. You can also hit me up on Twitter, even though I don't be on there much. You know, maybe if you send me a message or something, I can get it, and then we can correspond and bounce back and forth. But anyway, it's DJ Shawn Rec, DJ SHAWNREC. But only my friends call me Rec. You better recognize.
Yeah, we out.